Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Visit to Vidyasagar. Vidyasagar told someone to bring water and asked him whether the master would like some sweetmeats also. Sri Ramakrishna, to bring down his mind from a higher state of consciousness in an ecstatic state to come back to the normal consciousness, is repeatedly asking, I will have a drink of water, I will have a drink of water. So it is not asking for water, but Ami jal khabo, I will have a drink of water. As if it is a self-suggestion, auto-suggestion, than asking for water. But we understand he wants water. But it is, he is trying to bring his mind to the normal state of consciousness. Anything of this world, the mind gets linked, it comes down. Anything in the superconscious level, it immediately raises. His mind was very sensitive. A smallest suggestion would take him to the beyond. And smallest suggestion from there, when he is coming down, a small suggestion is sufficient to bring him slowly, gradually to the normal state of consciousness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once will be going through a village, and there he hears that khol, a kind of drum used by them while singing, is made from this mud. Immediately he enters into deep ecstasy, hearing that the clay there, mud there, clay, soil, is used for making the mridanga. Mridanga body is made up of, usually in Bengal, not with wood or metal. It is a earthenware, and on either side the skin will be there for beating. So the coal is prepared from the clay, coal to the singing to the divine. Within no time it linked to the divine, and he was oblivious of the whole external world and his own body. So he entered into deep. Just suggestion, smallest suggestion for these people is sufficient to make them enter into higher states. While coming, you see, he is nearing the Vidyasagar. I am going to see Vidyasagar. He has held Vidyasagar in a higher state, very close to the divine. Within him, he is seeing something great and unusual, as if nature is sitting and making arrangements for the poor and suffering people. Mother has entered into him and using him as an instrument. Whereas Vidyasagar is not knowing, some power is possessing him and doing. But Sri Ramakrishna is seeing the Divine Mother working through him for the welfare of. So the moment he thinks of the Vidyasagar, I am nearing his house, immediately his mind shoots to the higher level of ecstasy. And then now he is trying to bring down to converse. This coming down is something like avatara. Because man is not able to reach God. God reaches man. We are humans, all humans, at our level of existence, not as Jivan Muktas, but as our level. We try to perceive things in a different way. We are accustomed with name and form. We are accustomed with words and meaning. So from childhood, we associate words with the actions and objects. From the birth, we are accustomed to see, grasp through the senses. We never think of anything beyond the senses can perceive. What the mind, beyond the conception of mind, we don't peep or we don't think of going beyond. So whole life, lives after lives, we are accustomed with name, form and words and meaning. So because we cannot reach the transcendental by any means, because there is no hint, there is no link, it is watertight compartments. It is, spirit is entirely, though spirit pervades the material world, it is inaccessible from the material world. Once you go to the divine, once you go to the transcendental, when you come back, you see the transcendental pervading this, and this is only Nama Rupa and Kriya. If Nama Rupa Kriya is removed from this world, it is the absolute. So the substance with which this universe is made is Chaitanya, the pure consciousness, and the rest is just like in dream. All that is name and form we are seeing, elephant, houses, space and water, everything is only Nama Rupa. The substance which with the dream world is made is mind. Mind has become all that. Like that, God has become all this, but we are not able to see God. We are not able to see the Chaitanya. We are not able to see the Spirit, because our senses and mind can perceive only matter, not penetrate through the matter and see what is the substance behind, what is the substance it is made up of. So within the range of mind and senses, we do all the researches, we do all science and technology is totally dependent upon senses and mind. We never transcend beyond. And we see this, that we are not able to go beyond because we are accustomed. And God has to come down to our level to converse with us, to take human form, to teach us. And this descendance is called Avatara. So here we see, because we are not able to go beyond, he is coming down. Because when Thakur is in ecstasy in front of Vidyasagar, Vidyasagar is not able to enter to that level of understanding. When Radha used to see Krishna, she used to become, her bodily existence used to become unconscious and fall on the ground. Because her spiritual existence is to get awakened totally and be with Krishna, and bodily existence will collapse down. So this, independent of bodily existence, Radha was able to meet Krishna at his level of existence. So here Vidyasagar is not able to raise, and when Thakur is in Samadhi, he would also enter into Samadhi and converse with him. Is not possible. So Thakur is bringing down his mind to the human level and converse with him, and in and through the conversation he cleans. Now he's shown the earlier, yesterday what we saw was what a man of ignorance. He says, sights, he moves a little away from a boy who is sitting on the same bench. Thakur is going to sit on the same bench, but he moves a little away because he says, "Oh mother, this boy still in the lingering of the ecstatic state. He is slowly coming down to the state that he is able to sit on the bench, and he observes this boy. He is able to penetrate and see. The first thing is, Vidyasagar must know that he is a glass case that Sri Ramakrishna is able to see within. All must know that there is a vision, how the saint, how the God sees the beyond. The external bodily existence we people see, but the saints and avatars see, saints see the inner content also. They see the merits and demerits. They see the Chaitanya within, but God sees the past and future also. So this boy who is sitting, he is telling, Mother, he belongs to your realm of ignorance. So when the ignorance is there, and people either with evil tendencies or materialistic tendencies or the body and mind given to exclusively enjoyments of the pleasures of the world, how to protect yourself? Keep a little away. No hatred, no dislike, but protect yourself when there is such things, because the nature of human nature is to get influenced by the company. As is the one's company is so. One of the psychologists says, tell who is your companion, I will tell you what you are. So to that extent, we get influenced by the company in which we live. So holy company, how to select holy company, how to select. And now you see, we have to depend on the Divine Mother. We can't see the inner content. Now Thakur could see the inner content. He warned us how to live in the world. He showed how to live in the world without hating, without disliking, to protect yourself, like wearing slippers when there are thorns, taking an umbrella when there is a rain. We are not hating rain, we are not trying to destroy the thorns, but we are protecting ourselves. So how to protect yourself in the world from the worldly people and from the evil people? And he is showing that he is able to see within. He is able to lift you to a higher level of consciousness. So now Vidyasagar told someone to bring water and asked him whether master would like some sweetmeats also. Usually we offer, a guest comes, we treat him Atiti Devo Bhava in our tradition, Hindu tradition or the Indian tradition. We treat the guest as God. Actually, when I had been first time until I came out, any time I go to a village there was a small hamlet at the entrance of the village, at the entrance of the forest. It was a thick forest, huge forest, miles after miles. The Britishers of those times had taken some people to, in case of their need, to help them and protect them. 8 to 10 families they had taken in 1930s, 40s, 20s, like that. And they had grown into 28 families when I went, and living in a small area, and they belonged to the Yadava Kula of Krishnas, and the cows were their object of worship. There were no deities being worshipped in there. They were all fair looking, like Kashmirians people, and very devoted type of people in the forest. So when I went for the first time, they came out with 5 kalashas of water, one to wash my feet, because we come walking through the forest miles after miles. Where I lived, we have to walk about 45 kilometers. So they will be bringing water to wash our feet and pour water from another to rinse my mouth and face, padya, argya, and a little water to immediately sip. Then they will take inside and give some highly nutritious food in which sugar, honey, milk, and all things are mixed. Immediate energy it gives. So the drink they will give and speak nicely, offer flowers, garland, this, and then arrange for my bath, for food, main food. So how they treat a guest has come, it is not only to me, anybody coming into the forest, even the forester coming to their house, they will come out with these 5 kalashas full of water. In one it will be little warm, it will be cold, and this they come. It is a highest honor. This belongs to the little ancient Hindu traditions, say about 200, 300 years back, and there I saw it is continuing even today. So here Vidyasagar is asking whether Thakur will take some sweet meats. Also, since M did not object, Vidyasagar himself went eagerly to the inner apartments and brought the sweets. See that we see when Rama came to Shabari's place, how she became excited, bringing this and that to feed Rama, putting some thing to make him sit, her own clothes, torn clothes. They see the excitement and the state in which they enter. Vidyasagar himself went eagerly to the inner apartments and brought the sweets. These are things that we have to, as we read, it must transform our lives. We must become like that. Anybody coming with great interest, even in our childhood, we saw some 60 years back, 2 generations back, in the same world, there was neither TV nor mobile, not even a calculator, no thought of all these things. Yet, the society that lived, anybody's house, anybody can go at any time, and they were welcomed with joy, not with neglect or anything. So that tendency, we have to transform our life. How we should become so humble, so friendly, so welcoming to others, feel them my own. Because the 3 things that bothers human existence is I, mine, and for me. From childhood, these 3 possess. The fetus in the womb at the age of 6 months to 7 months, the ego manifests I am. And within no time, by 7th month, it is able to grasp, move the legs and hands, limbs it is able to move. The moment I comes, it is able to move. Till then it is no movements. The movements are by some pressure, but here independently movement comes with the ego. And within no time, it is able to open the eyes and close the eyes within the womb. It is able to grasp. It is able to hold. And you see how just an ego makes the transformation that it is able to hold on to. These three, I am, I will do this, I will do that. Kartritva, Bhoktritva and Jnatritva are associated with this I. Mine, my possessions and holdings. I see the children, small child, unable to speak even. If another child of the same age is by side and an object, a toy, how they fight, trying to snatch away. When snatched away by the other infant yet it is still within an year of age, it is not able to speak, it is not able to stand, it is just able to sit, it is snatching away, and when the other child snatches away, it screams and cries. The one who loses, and it wants that only. You cannot take out from the other child's hand. It will start screaming. The mindness is coming. From I, the mind is coming, holding grip on my I, mine, and for me. Whatever I do, from morning brushing to sleeping, possessing family, everything is for me, earning for me. This, for me, mine and I goes when you welcome the Atiti with great joy. Your house, many people, those who have grown into the Sattvikata, the three natures, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Rajas makes cling to my possessions, not allowing anybody to share, the sharing problem. I, mine, and for me. So when some guest comes, I endear them, I feel them. I am expanding my heart from my little family, my children and my husband and my wife. These small things, from there I am expanding. I am expanding means my motherhood is expanding. I am attaining purity. Each time my mind extends beyond the limits of mind, it is attaining purity. It is moving towards the divine. And whenever I shrink back, I am moving away from reality. I am moving away from the divine. I am becoming puny. I am becoming a limited jiva in this world. So these are things that we have to, as we read, we must understand and imbibe. And when I give joyfully the food that I have made for myself, the sweetmeats, this, that and all, which I brought for myself or brought with the same intention of giving to others, then I am sharing my mindness with others. Be welcoming with great joy, I am surrendering my I. When I am sharing, feeding them with great love, I am erasing my mindness. I am sharing with them. If I have 2 rotis, I will share 1 roti with anybody. We are not supposed to, whatever we have, a beggar comes and stands in front of our house and says, Mother, give me something. Then we can't avoid anything. To send him without anything is an impossible task. We can't give but we are not supposed to send Kabir prays to God, O Lord, give me that much that I am able to make my keep my body alive, and alive the dependence on me, and a person who comes to my door doesn't go empty handed from me. So this I, my and for me has to be removed at every. This is one of the instants. When you are going in the street, you will so have so many occasions where I, mine and for me is questioned. Are you holding on to this, or are you releasing? Are you becoming animal nature, or are you becoming divine nature? You see, yesterday how Sri Ramakrishna smiled at others as soon as he is coming down with a smile looking at Vidyasagar. Can you move about in the world, always smile on your lips? How pleasant it would be for others to look at you. So, these are every moment we are tested. How is your behavior is your introduction. So, it must become not superimposed temporarily, but it must become your very nature. The self, Atmanhood. I don't lack anything, I am Purna. I am Atman. I don't need anything. The bodily existence is there as an extension of my Atmanhood. So, when I bring all the aspects of my reality of what am I into my awareness, then the bodily existence becomes secondary. And we learn to be one with all. Our heart and consciousness expands. So we have to, small things we see, immediately you must contemplate on it. Why did Thakur smile? What does it mean to me? How can I imbibe it? Vidyasagar ran about here to the inner apartments to bring sweet for the master. Do I run like that when a guest comes to my door? How should I behave? How should I return when a person comes to my door? It is God coming to my door. Do I see that Atiti Devo Bhava there? These things. I have to, every moment, everything you read, everything you see, try to improve it. Try to remove the animalhood, even humanhood, and manifest divinity. This is most important part of our existence, human existence. Every moment we must be moving towards divinity. Because life is so short. By the time we see here, their life is gone. We like a flash of light, lightning. Shankaracharya says, life is like lightning, appears and disappears. We have seen our forefathers and all. When I joined Mutt, so many Swamis were there. Almost all have disappeared. Within a few years but I did not know how the time went away, and I see they all have gone. Life is like within that you have to achieve, and if you don't progress with every second, every minute of your life, when will you be reaching? So that cautious awareness, always I have to grow, I have to expand, I have to reach the ultimate in this very life. I have to do all my duties diligently as an offering to God. God has kept me here and God has given me these duties. Let me do joyfully as an offering to the divine. So this awareness constantly we must have. Then each reading, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or any text on any scriptures of any religion, you will be imbibing, and everything that you digest and becomes your blood and bone is transforming you. Vidyasagar himself went eagerly to the inner upper broad streets. They were placed before the master. Bhavanath, Hazra also received their share. They have gone with the master, and whatever is given to master, they also will have share, because they are as if a part of his. When a king goes, the honor that is given to the king is given to the people who move with the king. And if a representative of king goes to anybody, even other king, a messenger goes, he is to be respected as much as the king is being respected. He is coming there on behalf of the king. Suppose he is bringing a servant is bringing a letter from one king to the another king. With all respect and honor, he will be received. When he is taken to the king's court, so many presents are given to him. An important seat meant for the such visitors coming from is given, and all honor is shown, because he is no more a servant there, he is representative. So these are also, those who are coming with Sri Ramakrishna are not ordinary souls. If Ramakrishna is avatara, what could be the companions? Some devatas might have taken the human form when the God himself is taking human form. They also are being given. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.